Samna Nuggets, and welcome to Coffee Talk. We're on day 6, so get cozy, get a beverage, get some snacks, and, you know, let's talk. Inu, Mimi, and werewolves may share common ancestry, archaeologists say. Well, Inu, Mimi, I think are supposed to be like the Inu, so like dog spirits. And werewolves, so I suppose, I guess, you know, as much as dogs and wolves are related. Lionfish invasion decrease. A successful trial. I guess that algae thing might have worked. Countries to block foreign entry amidst unknown livestock bacterial infection. Fun. Mad cow disease is on the rise. Looks like bad weather again tonight, but first we've got to check the soch. Wonder who's coming in today. We'll get to see Bailey again. That's that. Okay, and read from the bottom. Here we go. It's sometimes scary how many things come into factor as you make a decision. It shouldn't be that hard, right? Sorry to say that it is, Aqua. I have a ton of things. I have tons to think about every day. Lucas is doubting things like how to make your timeline more fun. That is doctored. Someone else wrote that. I could really use a good cup of tea right now. And bad traffic at Yale Street. Avoid. 2 legs. Blair's 3. And of course, here is your stories for today. Feel free to read at your heart's content. I simply just don't have the time, the patience, nor the vocal capacity to do this much in one sitting. Okay? Good. Hope you enjoyed Strawberry Hair, I think is what the title was. Anyway, weather's bad and I love it. Let's hope it doesn't bring bad tidings. I don't know, I think it's a very nice colour scheme. Well, I think it's lacking something. Our favourite couple. It's too dainty. Dainty? What would you like then? Red, black, and purple? It wouldn't be the worst. A red, black, and purple wedding? Am I invited? Because that sounds like a pretty good wedding to me, to be honest. Sorry, Bailey. I know that you're an art designer. If I could scroll faster. I get that you're a designer of things and stuff, but you need to see the appeal, man, really? Okay then, why not? But you have to commit to it, no take-backs this time. Bye. I don't know. Maybe. Let's take a break from the topic. I only have time for a quick drink before I go back to work. And it's not like we're going to decide now anyway. God, honestly, I know I said it before, like, the amount of, like, money that people spend on weddings and stuff like that, but I also can't imagine, like, the level of stress that goes along with it as well, like, having to plan all that, especially if you've got, like, a ton of people that you're inviting, and some of those people might be, you know, very judgy. And also, I feel as though you kind of have a lot in the rind, Bales, with the whole fact that you're a designer, and if your wedding looks like shite, then people are going to be like, well, you're, you know, shit designer, huh? Maybe that's the problem. How are we supposed to plan this wedding if we keep postponing every choice we need to make? Takes years for some people to actually get around to getting married. Would you like to order something? No, don't look at me like that and have me get involved with your relationship quarrels. Just order a cup of tea, Bales, alright? Hey, Tope, what do you think? It's nothing. Pale green, lilac, and daffodil yellow, or red, black, and purple. Red, black, and purple. Bye, don't put Tope on the spot. It's red, black, and purple. I don't need being put in the spot. Red, black, and purple. No, it's quite alright. It's just that I wouldn't know. This is your wedding. Your opinions matter, not mine. Because imagine being like, yes, it's lovely, isn't it? We got this random guy at a coffee shop to decide the theme. Yeah. Why are you leaving? You're both looking at me really intense. It's adorable, but stop. The trouble is, we don't know what our options are. And when we think we do, we change our mind. It's like the centerpieces. Oh, please, can we not talk about that now? I really thought we agree on the cute cottagecore ones. The ones you spotted at Thomas Chill. I mean, they were your pick in the first place. They were, but they were also too expensive. We have to be realistic. But weddings in general are expensive. Especially when you have 200 guests. Oh. Oh. I'm fine. I'm not gonna be sick at all. Two. Other than, like, school assembly, like, I don't think I've ever been anywhere with that many people in it at one time. Imagine them being there, you know, for your event, like, for your wedding or whatever, like, oh. God. That's a low blow. I can't just disinvite my extended family. The key word is extended. Do you even know half these people? That's not the issue. If I invite one of them, I have to invite them all. It's like a domino effect. Besides, they'll be paying for part of the wedding. This is one of the great things. There's a lot of there's a lot of things that I find positive about having no family, but on the flip side, like, geez, because it is, I can understand that would be it. You can't exactly cherry pick out of a family, but like, I'm gonna invite you and you and you and you, because family don't seem to get when you're like, hey, I don't like you, I'm not inviting you because I don't like you very much. Simple. I still don't think they should. I can pull my weight. If we have to choose, I'd rather have the beautiful things you like. Even if it means we have fewer guests. Well, if my family's not chipping in, we might not be able to afford either. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I don't want our wedding to be just a random meal with a bunch of people we're not even that close to. And I said I'll make sure we can afford a dream wedding. Or die trying. I don't want you to... Thank you, phone. Saved by the bell. That's work. I really can't linger. I think I'll have that drink now, Toph. Sorry, don't have any alcohol. What can I get you? Something that will keep me awake. I still have work to do and my head hurts. So I guess strong coffee would be good. With a nice spicy kick, please. Any preference on the spice, or...? No, any strong coffee will spice with do. Okay, so we want dubs on the coffee. Either Genji or cinnamon. How spicy do you want it? We'll go with ginger. Blue. Jaha Turk. Can I get... Do you want this lucky lighter? No. Sure. And a Jahe Tubruk, if that's correct. Oh, an oldie goodie. Perfect. I'll take that as a yes. Did we increase our relationship status with this random person that comes to my shop? We did! Google Translate, help. Google Translate, where are you? Here you are. God damn you two and your sappy bullshit in other languages that I need to load up Google Translate in order to figure out, move that fucking arrow out of the way, you Gretin. Your soul is a landscape. Select it. What are going? Charming masks. And that can't be right. Google, come on, man. Help me out here. Come on. Even worse. Okay, Google Translate don't want to help me much. Your soul's a landscape. That's all you need to know, alright? I think we've got the... Take it all. Jahe. Anyway, I can feel myself relaxing already. Yes? What? You're weird. That thing doesn't smell relaxing to me at all. Well, at least they're still, like... At least they're still good with each other. Because that's the thing, is like... It is funny, it seems as though, like, planning a wedding is, like, the final, like, test. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're having a relationship with someone, there's the whole, like, go and stay with them for a week. Because if you can't stand them for a week, you sure as shit aren't going to be able to stand them for longer than that. And then it's like, go away on holiday. It's all tests. That's all a relationship is. Tests. Endless tests. But that's like the last one is just like, can you plan this incredibly stressful thing and still be good to one another? Because if you can't, then you probably shouldn't bother with the wedding. Maybe not being married, but like the wedding at least. You're weird. I guess we're both weird. Speaking of weird, here comes more! Don't be Lucas, don't be Lucas. That we are. Oh, great! Hyde, as you, yeah, you one-eye me all you like. You be quiet just now. My lovely weirdo. My perfect misfit. I just... This is so much better. It really is. Yeah, just get the wedding over and done with, alright? Have I mentioned I love your smile? Never enough. Disgusting. I'm going to need something. Something real spicy to wash this down. And I'd love to serve it to you, Hyde. If Bailey doesn't want to order, that is. Hyde, sorry, didn't hear you come in. Yeah, I know. You were too busy doing whatever you were doing. Other than being a sexy model vampire, Hyde is the most like me. Hey Hyde, go ahead, get yourself a drink, I can wait. I'll stick here for a while anyway, until Lua properly gets off to work. Alright then. Did you hear me, Toff? Spicy is the name of the game. Any preference of the spice or the base? Nope, just make sure you got a spicy kick or something, then double it. Okay, right. So, we have Ginger back in stock, so we know that we want to do Hibiscus because he wants red, and then we want spice. But do we want double spice? And double it, so double ginger. Double the spice. The ginger icon kind of looks like an anal plug. Anyway, Zobo! I don't know what Zobo is, but I do think that it's probably the thing that they're looking for. Because that was the only thing that we didn't have last night was ginger, which stopped us from making Zobo! So I imagine the thing that they want is that. Here is your Zobo. I felt up for a challenge. So, try this, you cheeky, lovable prick. If you don't like Hibiscus in this, you never will. Let's see if you crack the Hyde code. Music change, good sign. Well, this is kind of troublesome, Toph. Uh-oh. You know me a little too well. We're fine. No, it's not that kind of game. So I take it this works for you? This is a perfectly executed Zobo, if I ever tasted one. Glad to see you've made good use of your ginger resupply. I did. I used it all in that one drink. So you knew I couldn't get it right last time. Setting me up for failure. Tests! We're in a relationship. Anyway, 2 minutes I need to note down my Zobo. Zobo! Nigerian drink with an invigorating ginger kick. I've also realised that I've not actually been reading them, apologies. But anyway, back to my tomato chiller. Wait, yes, we're f***ing dateable now. Part of Los Angeles agency. Old enough, yet still seeking the truth and purpose of life. Anyhow, this is the only acceptable way to drink hibiscus. I used to have a friend in Lagos who made me Zobo like this every time I visited. She lived near the harbour. We would sit down and drink it and watch the boats float by. That sounds lovely. No one asked you to chime in. She was a good friend. She isn't anymore? When you've got a vampire's lifespan, friends come and go. Well, that brought the tone rocketing down. That's sad. You get used to it. Isn't this where you say something about enjoying each moment even more? Or grief being the price you pay for love? I'm afraid it's a lot more mundane than that. Some things you forget, and for others, you just get better at moving on. Anyways, speaking of enjoying the moment, your family troubles have sorted themselves out, yes? Still on the marriage track. Sickeningly so, yes. Yes, we are. We definitely are. Not getting too bored. Not really. Turns out planning a wedding is, well, suitably entertaining. That's one way of putting it. Can't wait to be married, to be at the marriage stage of it, to be honest. Could you sound any less enthused? Hey. Here we go again. It's good to see there's some things don't change. And such a dramatic backdrop too. You should start serving popcorn, Toph. Hyde's on board. Hyde's on board with me serving snacks. Just saying. Could serve croissants. Everybody loves a good croissant, right? Not need to take this. Dad just found me a missing photo album of my childhood, and I can only wish you could see how cute I am as a kid. Oh my god. I'd be more enthusiastic if we didn't fight every time. Well, unfortunately, that just kind of comes with the territory. No, I'm not engaging with this right now. I got to go to work anyway. Right. Now I'm going to have a drink. Bye, Toph. Bye, Hyde. Bye, person I'm marrying. See ya. So, fellers. How's things? What can I make you, Mr. Bailey's? I think something warm, sweet, and comforting, please. Hot chocolate, perhaps? Oh, I could go with hot chocolate, actually. This is the thing with tea. Eventually, it leaves like a coating on your tongue, and it gets a bit much. Yes, chocolate with honey and milk could work. Okay, hot choco, honey, and milk. Brew. A Chocobi Mirikuru. Serve. Serve. Here we go, a chocolate Mirikuru. Perfect. This feels so good. It's just hot chocolate, man. I mean, I get your stress, but again, it's just hot chocolate. It means a lot that you're always looking out for all of us. On a miserable night like this, it's heartwarming. But of course, you're a valued customer. One of only 9? 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pumpkin spice, we don't serve that. 3, 6, 9, 12. You're one of the precious only 12 customers that I ever have. So of course I take good care of my incredibly slim revenue. I hope Lua didn't get too soaked. You do care a lot about her. Of course I do, we're getting married. Then why all the fighting? Because we're getting fucking married. You tell me. This wedding is bringing out the worst in us. Since we sorted out the situation with my family. You mean, since you cut them off? Yeah, since I stopped talking to their judgmental faces. Lua and I haven't fought about anything. Until now. Every time we try to organize this thing, it's like we become different people. Elope. Just skip that shit. Let me ask you something. Go ahead. Bales, you're gonna regret that. What do you want from this wedding? To be married? What do you mean? It's not complicated. Oh, yes, we've got this thing. There's many. Take your pick. It's not complicated, I'm just asking what you want. If you close your eyes and picture the day, what do you see? Honestly, I have no clue. I know Lua's there, but that's about it. Well, I fucking hope so. That's not a bad start, in truth. But if you don't have any specific expectations, why don't you just let her do what she wants? No. You make it sound so easy. I want her to have what she wants. That's exactly what I've been trying to achieve. I've been picking up on everything she's liking on Tom and the Chill. Okay, but there's a okay, right, this is the thing. There's a big difference between attentiveness and smothering. Need to find that balance, Bales. Every wedding picture she's pinned online. All the places she finds cool, all the fashion designers she follows. She deserves to have all of that, to have a special day. Also, you know, we need to be realistic about you here as well. You're a freelance designer. You're not going to exactly be pulling in the f***ing ton unless you get lucky. So, what's the point in giving her all that if you can't supply all that all the time? She's not marrying you because you got money, otherwise she'd be marrying Hyde. But every time I make a suggestion, she won't hear of it. She says it's too much, too expensive, too this, too that. Is it? Too much? Too expensive? That's not the point. I don't want her to have a shabby wedding, just because I estrange from my family. I want her to have what she wants, what she deserves. A proper princess wedding. You're a remarkably presumptuous young man. Mr. Hyde. What have we spoken about with you being brazenly brash? No, that's alright. I know Hyde helped Lua back in the day. If he's got something to say, I want to hear it. Oh, that's right, it was Hyde that kind of set Lua straight, essentially. Good, because I was going to say it, whether you like it or not. That's my Hyde. You're sitting here going on about everything Lua should want. As if you could know what's in someone else's heart. Even when you love someone. No. Especially when you love someone. You should never presume to know what they need. Lua is the only one who can tell what Lua wants. But that's exactly the problem. When I ask her, she always says she doesn't know. Then give her time to figure it out. Not going to help if you pursue her with 1,000 suggestions a minute. Or if you try to force her into some sort of princess wedding. Just to make you feel good about yourself. I really hope, I keep coming back to it, I really hope that they do have a red, black and purple wedding. Because it would be on point for Lua. Maybe leaning a bit too much into the succubus side, but it'd be on par. But what if we take so long that we reach old age? These are a succubus and an elf. How? Matt, really? And we're still not married. You reach old age and you're still together, married or not. I think that counts as a win. Exactly. I mean, you don't need to get married, especially nowadays. People have all sorts of relationships. And since we're talking about taking some time, you should also use that time to figure out what you want. Otherwise, the best you'll get is a wedding, based on your skewed idea of what Lua's wedding should be. That sounds pretty sad to me. Every time he comes in here, just... The thing is it makes sense, do you know what I mean? Out of all of them, I guess technically, and because we're also presuming that Bales is a young elf, technically, they're the one with the most life experience, so it makes sense that, you know, they just come in here, slate people, and then they go away and have a long, hard think about it, and come back and are like, you know, maybe the, like, 400-year-old vampire was onto something. Well, that wasn't pleasant to hear. Poor Bales. But it also wasn't wrong. Give her time and figure out what I want, huh? Sounds so simple. Should have thought about that before, I guess. You're not bad at this tough love thing, are you, Hyde? No, it's kind of their specialty. Perhaps I should consider a career in couples counselling. You ever get tired of the modelling business, which I can't imagine that you would since you never fucking age? That doesn't sound nearly as much fun as modelling. Well, it depends. If you're the kind of person that enjoys watching people suffer or, you know, succeed, whichever comes first, then maybe it would be a good one, doesn't it? Modelling gets old after a while. I thought you were having a good time in LA. No, moving back. I was, until I wasn't. I'm moving to Seattle, in fact. I kept my contract with the agency, just in case. But there aren't many modelling jobs to be had here. Really? What are you going to do then? I don't need to do anything, I'm massively wealthy. Go back to my mafia dwarf buddies, of course. Sorry, this is a joke. Are you kidding? Phew. I wouldn't go back to them. I'd go back to being chased by them. Besides, I checked on them and everyone is used to find entertaining has retired now. Meanwhile, their grandkids manage the whole enterprise. Like some sort of startup. Are we seriously talking about the Mafia right now? Yeah. That's for me to know, and for you to wonder about. So, the drinks, fellas, they good? We chillin'? Great, fantastic. This side likes to play a little. Right? We're playing. Guilty as charged. I can't help it when I see an earnest face. I have to tease it. I'll take that as a compliment. But also, what's wrong with managing things like a startup? That sounds like a pretty effective approach, right? You young people. Impatient in business like you're impatient in love. Efficiency isn't everything. I have all the time in the world. I don't care if things are done fast. I want them done right. Maybe you should go into slow fashion. Or fine arts! If you paint with oils, that'll take some proper time. Fine arts were the first thing I got good at a few centuries ago, but my style isn't trendy nowadays. Too much Shikari lightning. And putting blue in skin tones isn't novel anymore. If you're insinuating that you're Rembrandt... I mean, who's gonna say otherwise? You were the only one old enough to know. Shh. If my mafia buddies find out, I'll be in trouble. You're always joking around, Hyde. But for all that you don't sugarcoat your advice, you're a pretty good listener. I hope you also have people who listen to you. I'm moving here to be closer to them. Gala? Gala? What's my face doing? I don't know, I've had too much caffeine. What was that? Nothing. I believe your phone is ringing. Ah, it's Lua. She's done with work for the day, which apparently only took 7 minutes. Finally! Alright, you leave then, Mr. Bales? No, not at all. But I am looking forward to going home. And keep bickering. Nah, I don't think so. I had an epiphany just now. Must be something in the drink. It's retinol. I'm going to leave the topic alone for a little bit. Good elf. Enjoy your night then. I think I will. Thanks, Hyde. And thanks, Toph. All I did was serve drinks. and I'm taking nothing to do with this, alright? You just get divorced in 3 months. Has nothing to do with me. Also, it's going to make you both coming here and ordering very difficult, so you can have Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. She can have Tuesdays and Thursdays. And neither of you get the weekend, because I need a break from your relationship bullshit. Have a good night! Mr. Hyde. What was that about the Mafia and modelling and fine arts? Are you genuinely considering a career change? You want to work here? All I'm considering right now is whether my car got nicked. I know old man Georgie said the area's safe, and it's a bit of a pile of junk. but it's a pile of junk with sentimental value. I sense a story brewing. It's quite a story indeed, but I'll make it short because it's getting pretty late. Or early. I got this car many moons ago, back when Gala was my bodyguard. That's right, he was the bodyguard, that's right, that's how we knew each other. I'd been stuck in Seattle for a while, working day in, day out. At some point I decided that I needed a proper break, but, you know Gala, he's a bit of a stickler for the rules. There was no way I could have a night out in the middle of a big job, not on his watch. So you slipped his watch? You know me well, Toph. Some friends and I, we decided to get together. I was to provide the ride, they provided the entertainment. I did the usual. I waited until Gal was sound asleep. Then I left a pile of pillows under the duvet, Hyde-shaped, and I snuck out of the hotel room. There was only one problem. Gala was my chauffeur as well. He had your car keys. He had my car keys. And I was about to poke the bear wolf. He is a bear, I suppose. That's very true. So I went to the nearest dealership and got the cheapest car I could find. I only intended to keep it for the night, you see. I'll spare you the details, but my friends and I, we drove to a lovely spot with a view, for the sort of action which, I admit, might be pretty ambiguous from the outside, but to me, was very enjoyable indeed. We were right in the thick of it, when suddenly, we hear a tap on the window. Let me guess, that was Gala. The wolf himself. He peers inside, then he starts banging on the door so hard the whole car is shaking. We all just kind of freeze, and then he says, "How dare you kidnap Mr. Hyde?" Opens the door and tosses my dates outside. You're not winding me up, are you? Oh, Toph, I wish. I hope it wasn't during the day, and I hope they weren't also vampires, because that gets rough quick. Sorry, it still sends me into fit just to think about it. The princess carries me out the car, if you can believe that. That's a conscientious bodyguard if I ever heard one. Right, truly earning his yearly bonus. I didn't even have a chance to explain the situation. At least, not until he removed my gag. Oh, I've been so lucky in my personal life to never be caught in that situation. But oh man, have I thought about how to explain that. Gala acted like he was angry, but in reality, he was mortified. If not as mortified as my dates, who I had to pick out of the grass. Poor Gala. Toph, I see where your allegiances lie. Personally, I say, poor me. I never saw those lovely friends again after that fiasco. But I couldn't be angry at Gala, even then. In fact, I found his chivalry rather charming. Didn't seem to find my antics quite as charming, though. He had woken up, hadn't found me, and was already suspecting the worst. And that was before he discovered me in a strange car in the middle of nowhere with a ball gag in and various plugs inside me. In a compromising position. I think he was truly terrified on my account. So, he stopped talking to me for a few weeks. That doesn't sound unfair. I suppose it wasn't. He also wouldn't give me my car keys back. I got stuck with this old thing you can see outside. And the worst of it, if you can believe it, I decided as a grand gesture to chauffeur him around in it. He stopped sulking really quickly after that. The same kind of ride that you took with the friends? Or was there no gags involved this time? I suspect he wasn't a huge fan of my driving. Anyhow, I decided to keep the car in the end for whatever reason. My car collection has had some serious turnover, but this one isn't going anywhere. I must have replaced everything inside it a dozen times over. And it's very banged up, but I guess I've grown fond of it by now. We're both a little stuck in time, this car and I. You're rather more sentimental than I thought, Hyde. Sentimental? That's what you took away from that story. But I suppose you're right. Good thing it's only us here. I can plausibly deny this conversation ever took place. True. Essentially, it's just Crawley from Good Omens. Still, the rain stopped, and this is my cue to go. Before I lose all my remaining cred. Hope the car's safe and sound. So do I. And Toph, don't ever tell anybody about this. Nah, nothing. Have a good night. Good night, Hyde. Love you. Fine. Safe journey home. Did anybody... Nope, nobody left anything. We've had very limited use of my drawer as of late. But that is day 6, day night 6, whatever, another episode done. I do love playing this game. Just because it's... I mean, it's not great on the throat, but it's just a nice chill game where I just chat. And I hope you've been enjoying it. I've needed some relaxing as of late. Maybe not the same, maybe some of the kind of relaxing that I had. But anyway, that is your whack for today. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, bat the subscribe button, like the video in case you're fan in the section down below, all that jazz. Catch you nuggets in the next one. Alright? Cheery bye.